start, let's just go ahead and bring up convention tea. All right, Jay, bring us right in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Convention Tea, the little live chat thing where we talk about an event we hit. This time we're talking about Ronin Expo over in beautiful, sunny, 2,000 degrees Los Angeles. Little Tokyo, to be specific.
Yeah, we're here just sipping on lemonade because it's summer. We're still experiencing a huge heat wave here in Southern California. So, yeah, you got your Gundam VIP tumbler. And I got my Evil Queen tumbler from Disney here. Has a mirror on the wall. So basically, we've actually been attending Ronin Expo since it was known as NinjaCon, back in the mid 2010s. In fact, I believe it was my first NinjaCon. I entered into cosplay contests, placing second as Azusa.
I love that skit.
I love that skit too.
I did not go to that event, but I did write the skit for it.
Yeah, my younger brother and I happened to be in town that weekend because we were living in Boston during that time, and I just happened to be visiting family. And you know what? Let me visit NinjaCon. And NinjaCon Ronin Expo historically has always been in Little Tokyo, and
Usually tied into Nisei Week.
This is actually the first time it's tied into Nisei Week.
It was Nisei Week.
Normally, it's the 1 day thing before Anime Expo. So this is usually, if you could not afford going to Fandom, you went to Ronin Expo just to spend a day with your friends in Little Tokyo. So let's just take a look at our slides here. But first, before we go forward, Jay, tell us about the Magic Candle Company.
Magic Candle Company produces some of the greatest candles and other scent-related items like car sprays and things like that, based on your favorite theme park rides and attractions and even location scents. Because we had for a while the ice cream one that was filling up our room, which was great.
Nothing like having the scent of ice cream when you can't have access to ice cream right away.
Yeah. But whether you like pirate water or an extraterrestrial forest or any number of other things, you can find the scent you want to help you relive some of those happy memories and help you give gifts to those who love theme park stuff.
I personally love their Flight of Avatar scent. I have that in my car because anytime I'm driving down the I-5 freeway, it's like I'm on Flight of Passage all over again. All right, Scarlet Rhapsody, if this is your first time tuning in to an episode of Convention Tea, Scarlet Rhapsody, we are a collective, well, mainly you and I, mostly the two of us, who cover anime conventions, pop culture conventions, comic book conventions from coast to coast. I started this whole venture in my dorm room in university. I built a website. I wanted to talk about my experience at conventions. And you know what? We have an amazing archive talking about conventions since the early 2000s. So if you're curious to see what Anime Expo was like in 2003, we got that report cover to cover here, written in my cringy weebness. But hey, it's a historical document now. So anywho, basically we cover anime conventions, comic book conventions. We like talking about them. And Convention Tea is just our brand new show that we've been running for about a year, just giving you a visual representation of what the convention was like for us, talking about our experience. And if you have any stories that you'd like to share about the conventions we talk about, mention them in the comments. We'd like to hear. So with Ronin Expo, just kind of like to explain our photo here, we decided not to cosplay to Ronin Expo.
Yeah, it was
so
hot. A lot of people did. We both felt it was going to be too hot. I do kind of lament that my choice was to then wear my Yankee outfit because I'm still wearing
black on black.
Yeah, with a
Uniqlo
Gundam shirt for Hyakushiki on as well. So I was just being baked most of the day.
Hey, we're themed to Sunrise because I'm representing Nozomi from Love Live.
Yeah.
I know the Love Live fandom has just died down, kind of quieted a little bit. And because of, VTubers, it's now the huge idol thing right now. But you know what? I gotta represent my favorites, and I don't care. I'm still gonna represent my favorites. So that I decided to just kind of like just wear like just my casual Nozomi outfit, just representing my fandom. I also carry around because I was lugging around our MacBook at the con because we were invited to do panels. So my, if you can see here closely, my laptop bag has Nozomi. It's a Nozomi Ida bag, and it's like my favorite thing in the world. All right, so Ronin Expo. Well, we just got back from Ronin Expo. It was the other day. Now we're recording this less than 24 hours after the con. Totally unprecedented for us.
Yeah, this is not a particularly common thing we do.
And we don't know what the final numbers were for Ronin Expo. I would say it was like just a good, like maybe couple hundred or so, but not too crowded because it was held at the Terasaki Budokan Center. I nearly read that as Budokai Center, which is a completely different kind of perspective.
But way cooler.
But Terasaki Budokan, basically it's kind of like the Japanese Cultural Center Part 2. Basically, it's a brand new building, also with a gym, that hosts this event. And Terasaki Budokan, I thought it was a very interesting upgrade for Ronin Expo because normally they have it at the Japanese Cultural Center, which has a Japanese garden, which was featured in the music video for Survivor's Moment of Truth. And we also had the cosplay contest there when it was NinjaCon, and we also had the Battle of the Bands over there when it was NinjaCon.
Yes.
So it was very interesting just seeing it move because I felt there was more room at the Japanese Cultural Center versus here because we also had the library too, and we had like a small like meeting room space exclusively to Ronin Expo over there. But it was like a good like humble like 100 or so people who showed up at Ronin Expo. Majority of space was the gym that was used up by Artist Alley, but you still had a space for cosplay contests, like outdoor like interactive events, and you also had the library for panels.
Also, a lot of bands.
All right, let's Ronin Expo here. We just a couple pictures of cosplayers, just kind of give you an idea of just what the vibe was. I was very surprised to see a Peach Girl cosplayer. I thought she was cosplaying from Dress Up Darling. Like, oh my god, Peach Girl! Like people remember this. I love Peach Girl. Ran into a Sora cosplayer, loved a Sora costume, and ran into an Asuka cosplayer. So there's just a couple of like highlights we just kind of like to share when we're just talking about our convention experience. Fandom wise, Genshin.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like every other cosplayer is Genshin. Not that I'm complaining. I love Genshin. Had I had energy to do so, I would have cosplayed as Maid Jean. Jean needs more love. Jean's my first 5-star. She's one of in my top 4 waifus of Genshin. Emoji in the chat. Jean, yay. And I was even talking to other Genshin cosplayers, like, how are you surviving in all those layers? Barbara here was smart because Barbara was wearing her swimsuit outfit. Like, maybe I could just wear a Jean's summer, like, shorts outfit. It's cute. And then, like, you and I were just talking about, like, if you were cosplaying as Chongyun, at least you'd be, like, just having a popsicle, like, because it's canonical.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just very impressed by, like, just the dedication of all the Genshin cosplays, because even if you bought your Genshin cosplay, like me, there's a lot of layers to it, and there's just a lot of details and accoutrements to a Genshin costume. So kudos to all of you for surviving in your Genshin cosplays at Ronin Expo in the 90-degree downtown LA heat. Also, as far as fandom goes, saw a lot of Spike's family love. Ran into a couple of yours. There even was like a group. I think they just kind of like had this Anya who was like at the Artist Alley table, like a few tables down. There was a Lloyd, an Anya, and a Yor just kind of hanging out in Artist Alley and just posing for photos. And I was surprised to see this dude right here on the left cosplaying as Yuri the Psycho. Yeah, it's like, wait, people cosplay as Yor's older brother? So I'm like, oh my god, like,
it's not that hard of an outfit.
It's not that hard of an outfit, but like, wearing an East German outfit, like, okay, hopefully you're not confused for another era of German history. But yeah, I could tell it was like an East German outfit. It just comes from like my knowledge of like military uniforms. Like, hey, kudos to you for representing crazy Yuri.
Yeah, well.
All right, food, Okamoto Kitchen.
Yeah, it's primarily where we went with. I've had Okamoto Kitchen at a lot of different events. Heck, when I see that they're going to be in town, I'm always like, ooh, 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 let's go. Although they don't get down to Orange County as often as I'd like them to.
Hint, hint. And so you had the Yankee Burger at Okamoto Kitchen because you were all Yankeed up.
Yep. Yeah, it was good. It was like curry on top of the burger or something in the bun with a little bit of like lettuce, cabbage kind of stuff. It's pretty good. Had a little bit of a kick to it. It was nice.
And I had like the last beef udons because I like my rice bowls. I like my beef on with my rice. I'm very simple like that. I usually go for the Okamoto fries, but I just kind of want something a little bit hearty to last me through the day because we were planning to be in Little Tokyo all day. And the cool thing about Okamoto Kitchen at Ronin Expo is there wasn't that huge line that they were known for. So it was really easy for us, like at 11, as soon as we got there, to just go ahead and just pick up food.
Mm-hmm.
I think we waited like maybe 15 minutes tops to pick up our order. So yeah, ended up getting our lunch at Okamoto Kitchen. We kind of have to strategically find for a place to eat.
Yeah, that was a
So
problem.
we ended up just kind of like just eating around the stage area. And we just had our drinks and like a lot of sun, not too much shade. I felt weird like eating like in the concert area where they had like all the chairs set up. Like I don't want to feel weird like that. So we found like this ledge by a wall, just kind of like, okay, let's just numb our food. It's kind of like it's like high school and you found like your corner to like eat stuff.
Yeah. There isn't a lot of room like they could really have for setting up a bunch of picnic tables or anything. So it is kind of just a find your zone kind of thing. Although, a place could have been a pretty nice place had we known about its existence. That little gardeny zone that was connected to the...
It's kind of like an atrium.
Yeah, a little atrium thing. That would have been kind of a nice place. There were some places to sit. There was some shade. But we didn't know about that area when we first arrived.
Or like, well, we'll talk more about the artist alley more in the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just very happy that Okamoto Kitchen is there. We were able to pick up some food without waiting in a long line because I saw them at Anime. So like, I could go for some Okamoto Kitchen. Line's too long. Pass. All right, to the library. So we were asked to do panels for Ronin Expo. Well, one panel in particular.
Yep.
This is our first time doing a Gunpla panel, so we had a guinea pig audience, a test type, if you will, to test out our Gunpla panel. So, like we mentioned before, Ronin Expo also had space with the Little Tokyo Library. It was not too far. It was just like right next door.
Head down, a little bit, and then there's the big. You just walk right into it. It wasn't that hard to find, and clearly it wasn't because we had an audience and we saw there was an audience prior to us even getting there, and so.
Yeah, so basically we went to the library, and this is just us just kind of like collecting our notes, and it was just a really good space to just kind of like just sit down and just kind of have some shade and just kind of just go through our presentation before going into the panel room. And I also like the fact that their YA zone, their young adult teen zone, has a photo of the Double O boys. So yeah, hallelujah haptas, we got Setsuna. Because when I think of YA, I think of Gundam Double O.
I just like the idea of the four of them going and just checking out, like, your generic YA stories. I like the one with vampires in it. It'd be great.
So yeah, this is the panel room set up. It was really cool because they had the projector set up. It was very small, like nothing too large, but it was just more like, hey, just chill here if you want to just kind of like, just enjoy a panel. There were not a lot of programming rooms. There was just a main stage and this adjacent panel room. I was kind of curious to check out the Final Fantasy music presentation right after ours, but after like sitting down for a while, you kind of want to like just walk around for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there was also a Hideo Kojima fan panel, which I was kind of curious about, but like it was also the same time as the cosplay contest. But if you see here, this is what their listing was for panels at Ronin Expo.
Yeah, so
all right.
Not a whole bunch of things going on, but some interesting choices as opposed to more of the standard things you see at all other events.
All right, how do you think our Gunpla panel went?
Overall, it went pretty well. It's just kind of weird when you're trying to run this and you're trying to think of any question someone might have, and yet afterwards, of course, the question I didn't even think about.
Anyone have any questions? Silence. And then you have like one or two people just come up to you towards the end.
I always imagine that because some people don't like the whole. They feel like they're at school, you know, and
You don't want to be put on the spot, you know.
So I always do the whole like I'll do that for anyone who's loud, and then for anyone else, I'm like, and you can always come up to me afterwards. And then people come up to me afterwards, and I'm like, glad we put that question section to then just have everyone come up after the panel's done. And I'm just riffing here. Don't worry, people. I have no problem with that. In fact, if anything, I kind of prefer that because that's how it is with my robot panel. That's how it is with my mythology panel. So I'm fine with that. Overall, it was kind of cool because, like I said, I was stressing out a little bit on just did I cover everything when we were going over it again? Like, whoa, wait, did I talk about such and such? And then we go down 2 more slides. Okay, yes, such and such is on there. Just that moment of you just forget your entire presentation 5 minutes before the presentation, kind of a thing. I'm sure everyone who's had to do a presentation in school knows that. Whenever it's a new panel, I always have that weird, oh man, did I forget something? Because it's the first time I've done it. I don't have to stress about that with my robot history. I don't have to stress about that with, some of our other panels. I do have to stress about that if it's like, oh, we're doing a brand new panel on such and such. Like, oh God, did I cover everything? Did I remember to add this in? We even added a few extra pictures and stuff from the library, which was kind of fun. So, but the audience seemed to like it.
Yeah, audience seemed to like it. They seemed pretty engaged. Like, even though it was like a small audience, I wasn't expecting anything too large. But this was a good way to just test this out. So when we do at larger cons, we know what to do. Mm-hmm. And we also know how to pick the audience vibe here. And I also appreciate that the staff was very helpful in helping us get set up, helping us get our microphones in check, and when we were having issues with sound, because this is one of the few panels we have that has sound in it.
Yep, we have one commercial we play.
And they were very helpful, and I also appreciated the staff person who was from Pennsylvania, because they had like this box lunch Naruto like a baseball jersey, and we just kind of like just bonded over like just stuff we have from box lunch, because I have the Sailor Mars baseball jersey. It's like, yay, we're bonding over stuff. All right, so it wouldn't be a Convention Tea without some self-promotion. So remember, Convention Tea is brought to you by UMAC. UMAC sweater is one of my favorite places to get like outerwear, so cardigans, like cozy, like loungewear, cozy like wears around the house, kind of like wraparound sweaters. So if you want to just get something cozy, just get ready for winter because winter is coming. Use my code UMAC-Dame Asmal to get 40% off your total purchase. Link in bio. All right, so we actually checked out one of the bands while we were eating Origami Flagship, and they were doing a lot of covers from like current anime. So they did covers from Demon Slayer, and I was surprised because like they also did covers from the Nana anime. It's like, oh hey, this kind of like takes me back to like back when I was into Nana back in the mid 2000s, and it was cool because they had like this Demon Slayer aesthetic going on. They had like the Demon Slayer coats like over their summer clothes. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. Also, they brought flautist Acacia to the stage too. I've seen her perform at Soon Scoops, so it's really cool to see like the lead singer of Origami Flagship and Acacia both play flute and sing at the same time. I thought that was pretty neat.
In addition to that, they closed out with I think it's the second or the third Naruto theme, so that was a fun one.
All right, so let's just talk about. I would think like just like the main like the meat Ronin Expo, which is the Artist Alley. Mm-hmm. So not only Artist Alley, yeah, I love them too. Like we got Soul and the Dragon in chat. Yeah, I love them a lot. Artist Alley, and so you had not only you had like your artists, you had like tabletop gaming. So they have like, well, not tabletop gaming in the sense you would think like Dungeons and Dragons, but they had like Cards Against Humanity available. They had just various card games that you can just sit with your friends and just play them at this table. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like if you had a group of friends, like had I brought like my deck of cards, we probably would just like maybe play Go Fish or something here. So very simple, because I know traditionally you used to bring Uno cards with you at cons. And this would have been a great place to like play that, and probably just have like random people play pickup games.
I think I may have my deck in my backpack, so I could have literally brought it had I known.
All right, And this is also the gaming setup of their gaming section. So they just had like just tables with like PC gaming and just a console gaming right at the far end of the gym. Also, in addition to Artist Alley, you also had like just the typical dealers that you would see in Southern California conventions. So they had a Kigu Stop here. We're actually ordering a couple of jackets from them. They're in the process right now. I'm ordering a Shinobu and a Sailor Mars varsity jacket from them, and you're also ordering the Hades varsity jacket from them.
Oh, right. We took care of that at a previous event.
It was online because they're all pre-order, and I did convince them like, hey, if you have Hades, can you make a Meg varsity jacket? Because I would be all over that. Meg is very underrated. I love Meg. And just kind of show you like just what Artist Alley looked like. It just had a couple of rows, you know, your typical Artist Alley setup. You had folks who were selling decals for cars, vinyl stickers, buttons. I saw a lot of Genshin acrylic keychains. I saw a lot of Genshin related pins. And I ended up just getting, surprisingly enough, if you follow, if you're aware of like this about Starbucks in Japan, there was one booth that had the Starbucks coasters from Japan that's like done up like cherry blossom. So I ended up getting this lavender cherry blossom coaster that I will be using in my office. That was a surprising find here too. One of the other things I liked about exploring Ronin Expo's Artist Alley, and one of the things that I was looking forward to Artist Alley the most, because if you go back to our Anime Expo convention tee, oh goodness, like I could not bear to stand to be in that Artist Alley for like more than half an hour because of the carbon dioxide level. It's like, no thank you. I wanted to like see more artists and explore different types of artists. The more that like I have all these different fandoms, because I want to say, oh, I want to see if you have Spy X Family. I want to see if you have any Final Fantasy 14. I just started collecting like a lot of enamel pins so I can put them on my lanyard, and I'm a sucker for Ida bags, so I just wanted to see if they had like just more of my fandom there. And there's a lot of unique things here in Artist Alley. I actually bought a couple of like original art pieces. Like there was this one booth called Aries Dreamery. They had Gajinka like zodiac signs, so I actually picked up like some post-it notes for my office. I also picked up like just a pin from them as well. So I thought there was like a really great variety of like just different things over in Artist Alley. And I also wanted to pick up succulent plants because they had like potted succulents, but they were like grass Pokemon. So like it was Bulbasaur, but you had like a succulent like growing out of its back.
Oh, that's cute.
So like, okay, like I kind of want one of these.
So
but
the pottery was Pokemon's.
Yes. I wanted to get one of those for my office, but I'm like, oh, that means I have to carry this and it's fragile, and I didn't want to deal with that, like just being in little Tokyo. So like, okay, let me get their business card, and hopefully they'll be at another con, probably Anime Marketplace, hopefully, crossing my fingers, just so I can get more like potted plants in my office. All right. Let's talk about Masquerade. So I ended up checking out Masquerade. I was just kind of curious because as someone who did compete in their cosplay contest years ago, I'm like, okay, let's support my fellow cosplayers here, and hopefully I get these names right. So what I liked about this Masquerade is the fact that, one, it was judged by legitimate like cosplayers who do have a lot of experience with crafting and Masquerade experience. It's very rare to find, especially in Southern California, cosplay contests that will have judges who have that wealth of knowledge and experience of craftsmanship and also cosplay performance. So our judges were Chem Cosplay. They're wearing the Sonic outfit. Dust Bunny Cosplay. She's in the middle wearing this Howl's Moving Castle. It's Howl's Moving Castle. That's the one with the black dust mites, right? Or was it Spirit Away? I'm thinking it was Spirit Away because it had the black dust mites. Someone mentioned that in the chat. My brain is kind of blanking out right now. But Dust Bunny Cosplay. She's also known for a formal ball gown version of Totoro. And also, I've actually seen, I actually like that. Oh, okay. All right. Komi just corrected us. Spirit Away and Totoro is where those black dust mites come from. Yay. But yeah, I actually do like Dust Bunny's formal Totoro outfit. And I do know our friend Craig, who also has a formal Totoro, they have met in person. And they have actually have a couple of photos together as well. And then you also have Foam Smith cosplay over the gent here with the armor piece on his arm, the gauntlet. So I'm just really happy that they actually did have like folks who do have craft and cosplay performance experience who were judging this thing. All right, just a couple of highlights here. We had Katra from She-Ra. We also had this Genshin group. So if you look closely here, they had Paimon like on a fishing rod. So you had Aether, the male protagonist in Genshin, if you're not playing as Lumine. And then you also had Kaya, Amber, and you have Gentleman Lisa. It was funny because they had like a sketchbook, and that was used as their like spell book, their casting spell book. So when they went on stage, they had the music playing, and they kind of like did a mini skit. No words. They just kind of like did like some fighting poses on stage, and like, okay, let's go eat Paimon. You also had like this really amazing Monster Hunter costume by Lord Gundam on here. And just after seeing their costume, like, okay, I gotta follow them because like, I was also sitting in front row, so it was just also really cool to like see the details too. And that was pretty awesome. You also had this Miku Hatsune cosplayer here. I don't have have it here because I wasn't able to get the full dress. I was just trying to like just get some clear close-ups as I could. But they also embroidered like their some of the detailing on their dress as well. You had this Yor cosplayer, this Gentleman Yor cosplayer that showed up, and then they just kind of like just busted in and did all these knife martial arts moves on stage, and I thought that was really cool. Then you also had Chainsaw Man cosplayers come up here. I'm actually curious about the Chainsaw Man anime. I know you read the OG manga.
Mm-hmm.
Then you also had your Demon Slayer person here, Tanjiro. And of course, what followed after Tanjiro was Pyramid Head. And I like that Pyramid Head.
It's been a Pyramid Head forever.
Right? And you just had Pyramid Head just like slowly just inching towards the judges. Like, yes, pick me, please. But I did like seeing all the details of how they bloodied up the outfits. And I would just find it funny that Tanjiro was followed by Pyramid Head. Looks like you got a new target there, Tanjiro. And you also had amazing Spider-Man that showed up on stage. Got a lot of applause from the audience.
Everyone doing the poses and stuff always helps.
Oh yeah, totally. Then you had a Hatsune Miku cosplayer, like in this gingham type dress here, and when they went on stage, she did this whole dance, and like the music was playing. I do appreciate the fact that Ronin Expo's Masquerade team allowed folks to choose music. And they allow them to like just kind of do just something on stage to show off their costume, because just too many times like at smaller events I've seen where like the MC likes to interact and expect the cosplayer to do improv, and that can be like very anxiety stuff.
Yeah, that tends to be a East Coast, not even an East Coast, an old school Comic-Con kind of way of doing it.
Because I see a lot of Comic-Cons, a lot of smaller events kind of do that format, but I like having control. I like having control over like how I present myself, and that's music and how the way I present myself on stage. But I really liked how they did their dance, and it was really cute. So great job. And then also we had more Genshin cosplayers, and these guys, they just finished it off. They just walked right on, totally owned it. They had like this wicked K-pop song playing in the background. I'm not too familiar with K-pop. That's not my world. But they got the audience just really riled and really rocking when they were just on stage. So I really admired their energy, and they just looked so cool on stage. So of course, like towards the end, we rounded up all the cosplayers, one final group photo. And it was time to announce the winners. So one of our hosts, Chupacabra Cosplay, I just like how she's just hanging out there, just kind of like just by the table, like, yeah, And then you have like the judges in their like last minute deliberation right here. And this is just a candid shot, and I just love how this shot turned out.
Mm-hmm.
So another highlight of Masquerade was our friend Mikari. She's cosplaying as Merlin, and she's performing a song from Fate Grand Order on the keyboard. Yeah, so I really liked her performance. It was really nice seeing her perform again because I haven't seen her in ages, and she's been doing Masquerade for like, wow, gods know how long. But it was cool to see her like just wear Merlin because I know she's a huge Fate Grand Order fan. It's like, hey, like it was just really cool, just kind of like just seeing up close and just studying just how that outfit's made because I know Merlin's one of your dream costumes.
Mm-hmm. He's the Jared of the group.
All right, let's get to the winner's circle. I was very happy that the Genshin group did place into something. So this is a better view of the Genshin cosplayers. Sadly, Sir Lisa is not appearing in this photo. But you can see here you have the Paimon like on the fishing rod, which I thought was really cute. And yeah. Miku here got top honors for performing on stage and just the craftsmanship too, because the Miku cosplayer also made their outfit, so kudos to them. And of course, in the background you see the other Genshin cosplayers who just really got the audience pumping. I'm also glad that they also placed too. All right, quick sponsorship. Beauty Bakery. Yeah, just link in bio because this information's old and needs to be changed. All right, Little Tokyo. So once we were done with the event, we ended up just venturing out to Little Tokyo.
You can't even describe the product. You're just like these people. Moving on.
All right. So Little Tokyo. So the gym, the artist alley, it closed at 6:30. Like, sure, there were events that were still going on, like in the Terasaki Budokan Center. But like, you know, we're in Little Tokyo. Let's just see if we can grab some snacks. There actually was like a bit of an after party over in Weller Court in the third floor. They were serving alcoholic boba, which was kind of curious. But by the time we got to that area, it was already 6:56. Like, God dang it. And like, we have 4 minutes to go grab happy hour alcoholic boba. Maybe next time. So Little Tokyo, we just kind of like decided to just kind of walk around. It wasn't too far of a walk from Terasaki Budokan, but thankfully the weather was much cooler because it was already after all the heat. And yeah, but honestly, theoretically, if we parked like where we would usually park, would have been like a hell of a walk to get from the anime jungle area to Terasaki Budokan in 90-degree weather. But like after 6 o'clock, okay, no big deal. But pair that with wearing a costume, 90-degree heat weather, and then heading over to Terasaki Budokan, that would have been like heck for us. Especially if we were originally going to go in Genshin cosplay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Little Tokyo. There was actually a Demon Slayer pop-up store. Like, we weren't aware about this, and they actually had Demon Slayer like plushes. To say more.
It's a really cute little pop-up store. It has a lot of the plushes. It has even Nessos of some of the main cast. It had the discs available, including the special editions that were very expensive, and I wanted to know what made them so expensive, but we never got the chance to really figure that out. We had some standees to pose with. And the thing with me is my original plan for this con was going as a Gyu from Demon Slayer, because it's like, you know, more of a traditional Japanese kind of clothing that traditional adjacent Japanese clothing that he's wearing, and I figured that'd work. There are also a ton of other Demon Slayer people there as well. Or maybe not a ton, but like I kept running into the same three at least. And
There's a lot of kiddos cosplaying
Another
from Demon
kiddos, yeah.
Slayer. I saw like a lot of like kiddos and their parents, and the kiddos were cosplaying from Demon Slayer, which I thought was very wholesome.
so that was my original plan. I was like, oh, I could have been here like in an outfit with like everyone else. But I also then realized I'd be wearing a multi-layer costume and a wig in 90 plus degree weather. And
Because I thought about wearing
Yeah.
Shinobu, because I do have like a maid variant of Shinobu. But I'm like, I really don't want to wear. I don't want to wear this either. Wig plus heat, no, thank you. But yeah, I really like looking at the Demon Slayer store. I thought about getting the Michael Jackson plush to have at my desk, because for some reason he had like cat ears and like cat paws. I don't know. But they also had like a Neko version, Tanjiro, as like a keychains. Like, I thought they had some cute stuff there. Stock was just kind of, well, I don't want to say stock was limited, but choice was kind of limited, because
There
you're
you go.
limited to the main cast, because like I'm a Shinobu stan, and I will get anything Shinobu related, because yeah, I'm a Shinobu stan.
yeah, they didn't have as much from the Hashira. They had a couple items there, but not as much.
But it was cool, like, just seeing some of the Rengoku figures and some of the Rengoku merch over there.
Mhm.
Like, he's our favorite. Like, originally, like, Jay wanted to cosplay as Rengoku, but I'm like, I think I pull off Gyu better.
Well, because when I saw his design, I'm like, that's a cool looking design. And then when I saw the character, I'm like, I can't do that. I can't keep that level of like energy up the entire day. But I can keep Gyu's level of energy up the entire day. Plus, I want to point out that Gyu and Shinobu like work together sort of in that one arc. So from my perspective, I'm like, well, that makes sense for us to hang out then.
And I get to say, no one likes you.
Which is true.
So, speaking of Little Tokyo, one of the best things about Little Tokyo, just being there, is the amount of food choices.
Yes.
So we ended up going to one of our favorite places, Hachioji Ramen. This is right next door to my ramen bar, and we discovered this place during the Gundam pop-up back in late 2020, and we decided, like, you know what? Let's check it out again and see if it's great as remembered. And still as great as remembered it.
Yeah.
We arrived in time just for happy hour, so you got a frothy Sapporo, and I was simple, like, I'll just have a Sprite.
The cup itself was super chilled to such a point that there are little ice crystals inside the beer. It was wonderful. And Sapporo is probably my favorite Japanese beer alongside Kirin Ichiban.
And the food here is great. I love the broth. I love the texture of the noodles. So if you're ever in Little Tokyo and you just want to try a new ramen place, I highly recommend Hachioji Ramen over around First Street and Los Angeles. Also in Little Tokyo, I do appreciate seeing the sign "Stop Asian Hate Crimes" like at each of the stores. I actually do have this poster in my office as well, so I did appreciate seeing the signage here, because it's very rare. I'll see business fronts, like, yeah, I know it's Little Tokyo, but it's very rare that I will see signage like this on various stores, especially when it's stores that sell Asian pop culture. All right, and of course, we didn't leave Little Tokyo empty-handed, so we ended up going to Anime Jungle. And what did you end up getting?
So they had an overstock of the Gunpla kit for the F91 Gundam, and so I grabbed the F91 Gundam. I just kind of had to. Not only is it my favorite era, but when I was actually looking through the Gunpla wiki, apparently if I buy this, I have the entire collection of all 4 kits they have made from F91. So, yay. I mean, in high grade, there's technically more if you're going to go into the 1/100 scale. And there's a clear kit, but clear kits don't count. Yeah, you heard me, clear kit fans. They don't count.
All right, and a quick advertisement and shout out to Annie Marketplace, which is happening at the Japanese American Cultural Center this September. We actually was a part of Swap Meet a couple of years ago. I don't think we'll be selling this year, but we always like to go and support our buddies running the show. Ivory Ice, they did the official artwork for the mascot, so I'm very happy that one of my favorite artists is like their official like artist person for the show. And yeah, like, this is a great place if you want to like sell, if you're into doing a swap meet, or buy stuff from like just take it take out some stuff out of other people's hands, you know. They also will have live performances by local bands. You'll have some local vendors there as well, in addition to fans participating in the swap meet. And they'll also have a cosplay contest as well. And, you know, we're going to be here to check it out. We'll also be there to record convention tea and also provide our usual convention coverage. And if you see me with my Canon, I'm more than happy to take cosplay photos of you, because it's all a part of building our archive of convention history on Scarlet Rhapsody. All right, another self-promotion type thing. Jay, will you tell us about Sugar Clay Cafe's straws of awesomeness?
All right, so they make a lot of different products, but the product I use is metal straws. Metal straws are awesome. You can take them with you. They come in a little bag. They have a little cleaning thing that comes along with them. They have the larger one for boba. They have the smaller one for regular. And as you kind of go through your day, some places will serve you stuff with those paper straws. And if you're someone like me who might like, say, milkshakes or boba, paper straws will not cut it. They start to disintegrate within minutes, if not seconds. And you can use metal straws to solve that problem. But hey, let's say you're on the other side of things going like, I don't like plastic straws. I think all this extra plastic's terrible for the environment. It is. Guess what? Reusable straw. Take that to your favorite restaurant or what have you. Be the weirdo who's drinking out of their own metal straw. It's awesome. I've found them really great for theme parks, because theme parks tend to either not have straws or have those paper straws, and having a nice durable straw for your milkshake or your soda or whatever you like to drink is always a wonderful option.
All right, final thoughts on Ronin Expo 2022.
I'm going to say that, it's a fun little event. It's not going to be for everyone, because some people want, more rowdiness, or they want more entertainment options or what have you. But you get your performances, you get your costumes, you have a handful of panels, you got a nice artist alley, definitely a more interesting looking building. I actually really liked exploring the building a little bit. That was actually pretty cool. And plus, you're right near Little Tokyo, so if you're willing to make a little extra walk, there's some great restaurants and, stores and what have you, if you can just do that extra couple of blocks.
Yeah, I really like Ronin Expo. We always show up to support our friends who run the show. I appreciate that Ronin Expo is a for fans, by fans run event. I also really enjoy just going into the artist alley, because my primary objective, in addition to running panels, was to check out the artists that I may have missed at Anime Expo. So for me, this is just kind of just making up for what I missed during Anime Expo, and that was really checking out just local artists and supporting local artists as well. I also enjoyed watching the cosplay show, just supporting everyone who was in the cosplay show. Just as a former person who did NinjaCon's cosplay show years ago, I just love seeing the level of I just love seeing everyone's costumes on stage, and I just enjoy seeing all the performances on stage, because I'm here to support y'all just doing your thing. So I always enjoy watching the cosplay show. I also appreciated that I was seeing families bringing their kiddos to this event, encouraging them to cosplay. When we were waiting for our Okamoto kitchen order, we saw that there was 2 parents wearing Naruto shirts, and they were very supportive of their son, who was in this old school samurai kind of regalia. And I was just so surprised to see supportive parents supporting their kids and their hobbies, and just seeing kiddos cosplaying from Demon Slayer. I thought that was very wholesome, and going through Artist Alley and just even seeing parents being but yeah, I want to buy something for myself too. So just seeing parents really being into it. So if you're a family that's kind of on a budget, still wants to kind of just get their feet wet into our world of anime conventions, this is a good one to just check out different artists, and also just spend a day in Little Tokyo, because I think you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting a safe fandom community here. I thought everyone we ran into was very friendly. Staff was very friendly. And even when I was waiting for the bathroom, because the bathroom door was locked in the library, because it's downtown LA. They don't open the bathroom to everyone. The people there were very friendly about opening up the bathroom to me. So everyone we generally met was pretty friendly, and it was a really good vibes all around. Good vibes only here, and it just also just seeing all the Genshin people. Like, oh dang, I want to cosplay Genshin to a con, but hopefully a con where we're staying overnight at, because just wearing all that gear, like even driving, even when I was driving as Lisa to a photo shoot, that was still kind of daunting.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, if you're local to the area and you just want to like just get an in just if you're like really into that artist alleys scene, highly recommend checking out Ronin Expo. If you want to just support like some of your local cosplayers, enter in. I would say it's definitely worth it to enter into this contest, seeing the type of people who are judging, because these people, Chem Cosplay, Dust Bunny, Foamsmith Cosplay, they know their stuff. So you're getting the attention you need when you're being judged, because so many times I'll look at competitions, and it's the judges are usually cosplayers who are only brought in because they have an X amount of followers, without prior experience in doing contests, and with you know what I mean. No experience in contests, no like long-term experience with crafting either. So it's nice to see like my peers take care and judge this competition as well. And also, you're in Little Tokyo. You got a variety of food choices. You got Anime Jungle there, like several Anime Jungle stores. They got their Funko Pop store, they got their regular store, and they also got their Gunpla store over there too.
Taking over the mall.
And plus, this took place during the same time as Nisei Week. We didn't see a lot of Nisei Week stuff and things here and there. We did see some of the Nisei Week queens head back to their cars. I actually know a friend of mine who's representing the Principality of Pasadena in Nisei Week as like the Queen of Pasadena or something. It's my buddy Lori. She cosplays as Silk. She does kids can cosplay with us. She is her friendly neighborhood Moana. And we were paired together when she was Moana and I was cosplaying as Mulan. So yeah, again, I recommend it costs next to nothing for Ronin Expo. It's like $15 for like a 1 day type thing, and you're supporting a lot of good people here too. So this is one I don't mind showing up for every year because I love supporting these people. All right, anything else, Jay?
I think that about covers it.
Alrighty. Okay, so if you like our show, definitely support our Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com, Scarlet Rhapsody, and you can always check out our website, scarlet-rhapsody.com, and check all the links in the bio to support our socials, and to also see some more of our photos and stuff and things from Ronin Expo. And our next con is going to be D23, and that's going to be a big one. After that, we'll be checking out Annie Marketplace. After that, we'll see what happens with AOX. Anime Expo Ontario. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that's actually happening. And there's also Sin City Anime that we're looking to check out as well. It'd be great to go back to Vegas again. And you know what? The con is what you make of it.
So make it a good one.
We will see you at the con.